Okay, let us continue. Okay, so students, we were discussing ionic radii. Now let us read what is written over here. I asked you all to mark these two paragraphs. So see, a cation is smaller than the atom. Now it is very obvious because cation is something that is positively charged. And how is a cation formed? A cation is formed by removing electrons. So obviously, if we are removing electrons, okay, for example, if in the last valence shell only one electron was there, so if I remove that one electron, one entire shell has now disappeared, right? Yes or no? So the size of cation is smaller as compared to the original atom. Okay, fine. I hope you all are understanding this. So basically, if there is Na and Na plus, so the size of Na plus is small as compared to Na. Okay, fine. Because cations involve removal of electrons, and if electrons are removed, obviously size is becoming less. Okay, fine. All right. Uh, from which it is formed because it contains fewer electrons than the atom. That is what I explained just now. Though the nuclear charge is same. Okay, now this point is important, students. You all can just mark this much. From an atom, if I compare an atom and a cation, and an atom and its own cation, okay, like sodium and Na plus, Na and Na plus. Okay, so if I compare an atom and its own cation, the cation will have less electrons, but the nuclear charge is same, students. We are not removing anything from the nucleus. We are just removing the electron. Yes or no? The nuclear charge of an atom and its own cation is same. Only the difference is in electrons. As a result, the shielding effect is less and the effective nuclear charge is larger within the cation. Okay, this last point is also very important. Okay, so see students, if we are removing electrons, okay, if we are removing electrons, meaning we are trying to reduce the shielding effect. Okay, fine. Shielding effect is caused because of the core electrons. Now see students, core electrons are mainly electrons present in the first few shells, like the first shell or second shell. Okay, now what if my atom has only two shells in it? You all are understanding? So when I'm removing electrons, I'm basically removing core electrons and I'm reducing the strength of shielding effect. इलेक्ट्रॉन ही अगर मैं कम कर रही हूँ तो शील्डिंग इफेक्ट भी अपने आप कम ही हो जाएगा, राइट? शील्डिंग इफेक्ट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. I hope you are understanding this. And if shielding effect is less, मतलब effective nuclear charge is more. Nucleus ज़्यादा और अच्छी तरह से electrons को pull करके रख सकता है. Okay, fine. I hope you all are understanding this. So try to relate. See, when you all compare an atom and its cation, both of them have same nuclear charge, but obviously cation has less electrons as compared to the original atom. तो ओरिजिनल एटम में जितना शील्डिंग इफेक्ट होता है उसके कंपैरिजन के उसमें उसके कटायन में शील्डिंग इफेक्ट कम होगा बिकॉज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर लेफ्ट. Shielding effect is less, matlab nuclear charge is more. Effective nuclear charge is more. Electrons can pull, nucleus can pull the electrons more effectively. Okay, fine. This is what was for cation. Now let us see for anion. Okay, an anion has larger radius than the corresponding atom. It is very obvious. Consider Cl and Cl minus. So Cl में I am adding one extra electron. Okay, fine. Now students, see, in some scenarios it is possible that the extra electron that we are adding, it is entering a new shell. Okay, तो मतलब atomic radius तो बढ़ रहा है ना as compared to the original atom when you all are forming an anion. Okay, as it has more number of electrons than the atom. These additional electrons result in increased electron repulsion. They decrease the effective nuclear charge and they increase the size. Okay, students, see the same thing we studied in atomic radius as well. Atomic radius में वो trend हमको कैसे पता चला? Across the period it decreases, down the group it increases. See, I know the basic concepts that you all have kept in mind is across the period electrons are added to the same shell, down the group electrons are added to the new shell. That is correct, but you all have to also link it to effective nuclear charge. Across the period what is happening? Effective nuclear charge is increasing. So the pull of electrons, pull of nucleus on the outermost electrons is more. That is why size decreases. And students, just a minute. Okay, and what is happening down the group? Down the group, effective nuclear charge is decreasing. So nucleus का जो pull है on outermost electrons is very less. That is the reason those outermost electrons can go more and more far away, and that is the reason size increases. Same concept apply here as well. Okay, fine. Here they have explained in terms of cations and anions because we are discussing ionic radii. So students, in anions, what is happening? When you all add more and more electrons, ज़्यादा repulsion होगा, shielding effect और ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. You all understand? Okay. If shielding effect is more, then effective nuclear charge is less. ओके, इफेक्टिव न्यूक्लियर चार्ज अगर लेस है, मतलब अगर न्यूक्लियस का पुल अगर कम है, तो जो बाहर के इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है वो और ज्यादा दूर दूर जा सकते हैं, इसीलिए साइज बढ़ता है. ओके फाइन, आई होप यू ऑल आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस. ऑलराइट student, that is why I ask you all, as soon as the lecture gets over, read it. Okay, read it once, read it twice, then the entire thing you all will understand very nicely, and you all can just go back and see the recordings also again if you all have confusion at any point. Okay, let us read what is written ahead. Okay, now students, this next concept is there, no? This next concept is actually, it has been explained in your chapter number 4, but don't worry, what is written here also, it is sufficient to understand what the concept is. Okay, fine, so let us read what is written. Some atoms and ions contain the same number of electrons and they are called isoelectronic species. Okay, fine. So it is a possibility that sometimes, you know, some ions and atoms, they will have same number. See, atoms cannot have same number of electrons. That is obvious because atomic number is different, right, for everything. But an ion and some atom can have same number of electrons. See, what are ions? Either you all add electrons or you all remove electrons, right? You all are changing the electron number. So it is possible that when you form a cation or an anion, the electron number will match to some other atom in my periodic table. Okay, fine. Such type of pairs are called isoelectronic species. Okay, they have a special name called isoelectronic species. Okay. See, the actual nuclear charge of the isoelectronic species is, however, different. Okay. You all can mark this statement if you all want. Okay, so as I said, what are isoelectronic species? Some atom and some ion will have same number of electrons. They are called isoelectronic species. But students, even if the number of electrons is same, it doesn't mean that their nuclear charge is same. It is very obvious, right? Because ion, see, atom is what it was originally, and ion is something that has been formed by removing or adding electrons. So their nuclear charges cannot be same, even if the electron number is same. Okay, fine, all right. There's an example ahead. You all will understand what it is. Just mark what I'm asking you all to mark. Then I want you all to mark this next point from here till here. Okay, let us read what is written. The radii of isoelectronic species vary accordingly to the actual nuclear charge. Larger nuclear charge exerts greater attraction for the electrons and the radius of the isoelectronic species becomes small. Students, see, we are discussing ionic radii, right? So basically, we are discussing about the size factor. What are isoelectronic species? Species that have same number of electrons. Even if the number of electron is same, their nuclear charge is different. Okay, so the size is going to entirely depend on the nuclear charge. That is what is written over here. If the nuclear charge is large, okay, higher nuclear charge means more is the attraction. The nucleus will try to pull the electrons more and more towards itself. Okay, so a larger nuclear charge will exert greater attraction for the electrons and the radius will become small. ओके, न्यूक्लियर चार्ज ज्यादा है मतलब न्यूक्लियस ज्यादा पुल करेगा इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को और साइज कम हो जाएगा. ओके फाइन, न्यूक्लियर चार्ज अगर कम है तो उसका पुल ऑन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इज नॉट दैट मच, सो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कैन एक्सपैंड, दे कैन गो फार अवे, तो साइज बढ़ता है. इनवर्स रिलेशन है न्यूक्लियर चार्ज का और साइज का. ठीक है, फाइन. ओके, नेक्स्ट सी, नेक्स्ट दे हैव गिवन अ एग्जांपल. फॉर एग्जांपल F minus, okay, and your Na plus both have 10 electrons. Students, see, sodium has 11. So if you remove one electron, that is Na plus, I am left with 10 electrons. Okay, fine. Your fluorine has 9. So in F minus, if I add F minus, I am adding one electron. So 10, 10. Okay, fine. I hope you all understood this. Their radii are 133 picometers and 98 picometer respectively. तो F minus का कितना है 133 और Na plus का कितना है 98. Okay, fine. As the nuclear charge of F minus is plus 9, which is smaller than the Na plus, which is plus 11. देखो students, sodium is atomic number is 11. So nuclear charge is going to be plus 11. But when you remove one electron, when you make it Na plus, the electron number has now become 10, but the nuclear charge is same. Okay, it is plus 11 only. Similarly, fluorine's atomic number is 9. Matlab nuclear charge is plus 9 and there are 9 electrons. When I make it F minus, that is when I add one electron, है ना, तभी क्या हो रहा है, इलेक्ट्रॉन का नंबर बढ़ गया, बट न्यूक्लियर चार्ज +9 ही है. Okay, fine. Now let us relate this to the explanation that we just studied. Okay, so you all can see students, F minus का size कितना है, ionic radii कितना है, 133 picometers, and what is the ionic radii of Na plus, 98 picometers. Okay, fine. See, if the nuclear charge is more, then the size is less. Inverse relation, yes or no? If nuclear charge is more, size is less. So out of F minus and Na plus, which is the one that has higher nuclear charge? Na plus, right? Because it is plus 11. So size किसका कम होगा? Obviously Na plus का. You all can see Na plus has less value as compared to F minus. Okay, fine. Because in Na plus, the nuclear charge is more. So the electrons will be pulled more and more inside. So the size is less. Okay, fine. Students, please so this was ionic radius. Please let me know if you all understood this topic. Everything, start to end,
Yes,
periodic
miss.
table, and the isoelectronic
Yes, miss.
species and all.
Yes, miss.
Everyone, please let me know if you all understood or not. Others who have not answered yet. You all understood?
Yes, miss.
Okay, good. Okay, students, I'll before I move ahead, what I want is that next time when we meet, I want you all to read this problem. Okay, students, see, whatever I'm explaining, if you all come across such problems or such blue colored boxes, see to it that you all read it. Okay, because obviously that question is based on what we just studied. Okay, don't do it now, read it later. Okay, fine. And if you all have any doubt, you all can ask me next time, we can sort it out. Okay, fine, but you all have to read these questions, because what if they ask you all this question directly in exam? Okay, this is a question answer type of question, right? Yes or no? So keep a habit of reading these problems and everything. Okay, students, next we have ionization enthalpy. Okay, fine. Can someone quickly tell me what ionization enthalpy is according to what I explained you all last time? Or you all can just have a look at your textbook or wherever you all have noted the statement down. Can anyone tell me what ionization enthalpy was?
Minimum amount of energy required to remove electrons.
Minimum amount of energy that is required to remove electrons. Okay, very good. All right, fine. Okay. See, students, enthalpy is a quantity. Okay, fine. Enthalpy is normally like it is represented by capital H. But normally when I talk about enthalpy, we always talk about delta H. Okay. Now, students, this delta stands for change. Okay, change, that is the initial and the final value, so whatever the difference is. Okay, fine. So normally enthalpies are calculated like this by the quantity called delta H. Okay, fine. Students, see, let us start reading, then I'll explain simultaneously what is written. Removal of an electron from the neutral atom X. Okay, there is some neutral atom X. Students, here X does not mean halogen. Okay, don't confuse it with your organic chemistry. Here X is some atom. Okay, so when you remove electron from this X, it will result in formation of a cation X plus. Yes or no? Like you all have sodium, you all remove electron, you all get Na plus. Similarly, if there is any atom X, you all remove an electron, you all get a cation X plus. Mark this statement that is written in bold over here, because this is the actual definition, okay, of ionization enthalpy. Students, again, what I made you all write was just for explanation purpose. If you all get ionization enthalpy, you all have to write what is written in your textbook. Okay, you all cannot write the definition in own words. That is one kind of problem that is there, because it's little difficult to memorize definitions. But definitions you all have to write as it is. Okay, otherwise they'll cut marks. Okay, students, as I said, enthalpy is usually, it is represented like this. Delta H meaning change in enthalpy. But here we are discussing about ionization enthalpy, right? So how to identify? So you all can see the symbol over here. There is a small subscript I written over here. So that I is indicating ionization. Okay, so don't write simply delta H, because we are also going to discuss other enthalpies like electron gain and everything. So you'll have to write the symbol properly. So for ionization, this is this thing. Okay, I'll have to mention the I. Okay, let us read what is written. The energy that is required to remove an electron from the isolated gaseous atom in its ground state is called ionization enthalpy. Let me just skip little bit what is written in between. The energy that is required to remove an electron is called ionization enthalpy. Okay, energy required to remove electron is ionization enthalpy. Now students, if in reality you all want to find ionization enthalpy, you all cannot just take any random atom and do that. There is a certain condition for that. The atom should be a isolated gaseous atom in ground state. Okay, ground state meaning all your elements in the periodic table, they are in ground state only. Okay, excited state is when you all remove or you all add electron, or when it forms a compound. Okay, when some changes happen. The original state that it is obtained is the ground state. Okay, what you all can do is, here somewhere over here, just note down what ground state is. Okay, so write the word ground state, put a colon, and then write down lowest energy state possible for an atom. Write the word ground state, students, otherwise you all won't understand what it is. Write ground state, put a colon, and then write down lowest energy state possible for an atom. Lowest energy state possible for an atom. Okay, fine. So it is the original state. Ground, I hope you all have noted this down. Lowest energy state possible for an atom. Okay, that is what ground state is. So if you all have to find ionization enthalpy of some atom, first condition is that the atom should be in gaseous, isolated gaseous atom. Students, isolated meaning it should not be combined with anything. It should be just an individual atom. Okay, it should not be in combination like Cl2 or F2. ऐसा combined नहीं होना चाहिए, वो अकेला होना चाहिए, and it should be in gaseous format. It is very simple to understand. Isolated gaseous atom meaning it should be in gaseous state. Isolated meaning it should be separate. It should be single on its own, not combined with anything. This is the condition. Then only you all can find ionization enthalpy value. So in this isolated gaseous atom, you all will remove the electron and you all will see how much energy is required and everything. That is your delta Hi value. Okay, fine. I hope you all are understanding this. Let us read ahead what is written. Okay, fine. See, ionization enthalpy is the quantitative measure of a tendency of an element to lose electron. Just mark this. It is expressed in kilojoules per mole. Okay, it is the energy quantity, students. Okay, fine. That is the reason joules. So this is the unit for your enthalpy. Actually, I am not sure which chapter it is, but in some chapter you all are going to have all these delta H enthalpies and all these quantities in quite detail. Okay, fine. So we can't get more into it because otherwise we won't be able to complete our chapter. Okay, fine. So right now just try to remember whatever I'm explaining. Okay, fine. So what is ionization enthalpy? It is the energy that is required to remove electron. How we can find, like, what is the original condition to find is that it should be an isolated gaseous atom in ground state. So from that you all will remove the electron and you all will find the value of delta Hi. This is the unit for your delta Hi value. Okay, fine. Since electrons are lost one at a time, we have, okay, now this part is very important. Students, mark from here till here. This part is really important. Since electrons are lost one at a time, we have first ionization enthalpy, second ionization enthalpy, and so on. It is very easy to understand. See, students, your Mg that is there, for example, your Mg magnesium forms Mg2+. Okay, it can lose up to 2 electrons. All right. Now see, students, both the electrons do not come outside at one time. मतलब दोनों एक साथ बाहर नहीं आते. पहले first electron जाएगा, then second electron goes away. Okay, fine. So ionization enthalpy is the energy required to remove electrons, right? Yes or no? So we will calculate the energy separately. firstly we'll calculate the energy that is required to remove the first electron, then we'll calculate the energy that is required to remove the second electron. That's just what they have demonstrated over here. Students, you all can see any element X. Okay, again I'm repeating here, X is not halogen, it is just a general representation. So any element X which is obviously an isolated, you all can see it is in one form, right? X2 ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. So this is isolated atom which is in gaseous state. I hope you all know this. When you all bracket, you all write S stands for solid, L stands for liquid, G stands for gas. Okay, fine. So this is an isolated gaseous atom. When I remove one electron, you all can see X plus is formed. When you all remove one electron, X plus is formed, and they have written the electron. E minus matlab electron. Okay, fine. They have shown the electron that they have removed. So when I do this, when I remove the first electron, I get ionization enthalpy H1. You all can see 1 written over here. Delta Hi is ionization enthalpy. 1 stands for first ionization enthalpy. First ionization enthalpy matlab energy required to remove the first electron. Okay, fine, all right. And from this X plus now, okay, from this X plus which is also in gaseous state, obviously, if I remove one more electron, I will get X2 plus. Okay, और वो जो one more electron निकाला है वो यहाँ पर लिखना है. And here the energy that is required is the second ionization enthalpy, energy required to remove the second electron. Okay, fine. I hope you all understood this. And this next statement, mark this next statement also. Okay, mark it, underline it, put a star mark. Okay, fine. Okay, what is written? Ionization enthalpy is always positive since the energy always need to be supplied to knock out electron from atom. See students, I'll give you all one this thing that your ionization enthalpies that are there, okay, they are either positive or your enthalpies in general, like your delta H in general. Okay, fine. It can either be a positive value or a negative value. Okay, if you all want, you all can note this down somewhere, that you all can write just delta H, and you all can write if delta H is negative. Okay, the thing that I've drawn just now, minus VE, it is short form for negative. Okay, fine. So if it is negative, then in bracket you all can write down the reaction is exothermic. Okay, fine. All right. And if delta H is positive, meaning the reaction is endothermic. Okay, fine. All right. So students, basically, like if there is any reaction happening and I give you all the enthalpy value of that reaction, okay, delta H value. Okay, fine. If that delta H value is some positive number or something, positive value, then we say that the reaction is endothermic. I hope you understand the difference between endothermic, exothermic. Endothermic is energy is observed, exothermic is energy is released. Okay, heat is a form of energy. All right, fine. So if the delta H value is positive, energy is observed. Okay, and if the delta H value is negative, energy is released. So you all can note this down. It will be helpful to understand what is written. It is not there in this chapter, but it will be helpful to understand. So you can just note it down in your textbook somewhere. So when I'm done noting it down, then let me know. Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
Others, just I'll wait for 1 minute. If
Yes,
people are
miss.
down. Okay. All right. Fine, student. Okay. Now let's get back to what is written over here. Okay. So as I asked you all to mark this and put a star mark and everything, ionization enthalpy. Okay, now let's get back to what type of enthalpy we are discussing. We are discussing ionization enthalpy, energy required to remove the electrons. Ionization enthalpy is always positive since the energy always need to be supplied to knock out the electron from the atom. So delta Hi value or delta IH value is always going to be positive. Okay. See students, positive meaning endothermic. Endothermic meaning it absorbs energy. So in order to remove an electron, the atom has to, there should be intake of energy. Okay. Externally energy should be applied. The atom will take up that energy in order to kick out the electron. Okay. Fine. I hope you all understood this point. Let us see what is written ahead. Okay. The second ionization enthalpy, that is delta IH2, is larger than the first ionization enthalpy. You all can mark this statement also. Mark it and underline it. Students, I just explained to you all, okay, what is first ionization enthalpy, second ionization enthalpy and all. First ionization enthalpy means energy required to remove the first electron. Second ionization enthalpy means energy required to remove the second electron. Okay. Now see students, as you all move ahead, like there might be some, for example, your aluminum forms Al3 plus, meaning we have to remove 3 electrons. The first one, second one, third one. So delta IH1, delta IH2, delta IH3. So you can see what is written. The second ionization enthalpy is larger. So as you all go ahead, okay, see, removing the very first electron is little easy, but removing the second electron is little bit more difficult. Okay, fine. More energy is required. See, energy is required to remove the first electron also, but to remove the second electron, more energy is required as compared to the first one. To remove the third electron, more energy is required as compared to the second one. Okay, I hope you all are understanding this. As it involves removal of electron from the positively charged species. Students, it is very easy to understand. See, when I remove the first electron, okay, fine, I am left behind with a cation, right? Try to remember this reaction format that they have explained over here. Okay, see, just a minute. When I remove the first electron, okay, this, I get delta IH1, that is the first ionization enthalpy. I am left behind with what? I am left behind with X plus. X plus is a cation. Students, all remember in ionic radii, we have just seen in today's lecture, in a cation, the effective nuclear charge is more. Why? Because the nuclear charge value is same, but the electron values have decreased, right? The number of electron is now less. So nucleus का pull on electrons is more. अगर न्यूक्लियस का पुल ज्यादा है तो वो इलेक्ट्रॉन को निकालना और ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. ट्राई टू रिलेट. ओके, एज सून एज यू रिमूव द फर्स्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन यू आर लेफ्ट बिहाइंड विद अ कटायन. Okay, students, in cation the effective nuclear charge is more, the pull of nucleus on electrons is more. So if you all have to remove the second electron, more energy lagega or energy lagega. That is the reason second ionization enthalpy is higher as compared to the first ionization enthalpy. Okay, try to link the concepts, then you all will understand everything very easily. Okay, fine. So as it involves removal of electron from positively charged species, this is what they mean actually. See, they have not written everything, you all have to understand it. Okay, removing an electron from a cation is more difficult because what is a cation? Nuclear charge is same but electrons are less. So matlab nucleus ka pull on electrons is more and removing electron becomes more difficult. ओके तो अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालना है कटायन से तो ज्यादा एनर्जी लगेगा. ठीक है. ओके students, here this is table 7.3. okay, just do the correction, there's a typo. Table 7.3 and 7.4. okay, so table 7.3 and 7.4 show the values of first ionization enthalpy down the group and across the period, down the group 1 and across the period 2 respectively. So if I'll just quickly show you all, see, here is the table 7.3. First ionization enthalpy of the elements of group 1. Okay, so they are discussing the ionization enthalpies of group 1 and which ionization enthalpy? First ionization. Students, it's very obvious, right? Your group 1 is alkali metal. Alkali metal has one valence electron, so it can easily lose only one electron. Okay, students, my voice is clear, right? My voice is not lagging. Is it lagging?
No, miss.
No, miss.
No, miss.
No, right? Okay, fine. Okay, yeah. So as I was saying, students, alkali metals, group 1 elements, yes or no? The group 1 elements only have one valence electron in S subshell. That is why they are in S block group 1, right? We have already discussed all these things. So they can easily give away only one electron. So that is the reason only first ionization enthalpy. So if you all just observe the values, if you all just look at the values over here. So see, I start from lithium. For lithium, the ionization enthalpy is 520. As I go down till cesium, the value becomes 374. So down the group, what is happening? The ionization enthalpy is decreasing. Can anyone tell me the reason for this? Why down the group ionization enthalpy is decreasing? try to come up with a reason. You all have studied this concept. That is why I'm asking the answer from you all. Why down the group my ionization enthalpy is decreasing? See, ionization enthalpy कम हो रहा है मतलब कम एनर्जी लग रहा है, ठीक है. लिथियम से अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालना है तो तुम लोग को 520 किलो जूल्स चाहिए, बट अगर सेशियम से तुम लोग को इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालना है तो खाली 374 चाहिए. वैल्यू कम है. इट इज पॉजिटिव. ओके, positive because it is absorbing energy. So the value is less, meaning less energy is required. So why this is happening? Why down the group energy is decreasing? Anyone? Yes, students. Okay, or what I'll do is I'll show you all for the period as well. Then maybe you all can come up with the answer. You all can see there's another table that is there. It shows first ionization enthalpy values of period 2. So now this is across the period. Students, all remember it. We are studying periodic trends. तो पहले concept पढ़ना है और फिर what happens across the period down the group वो भी पढ़ना है. So you all can see here we are going from lithium till neon. Okay, this is the second period. For lithium, the first ionization enthalpy is 520. For neon, it is 2080. Students, see, for neon, it is obviously going to be very much high because neon and all your noble gases are in stable state. They are in complete octet. So they are not going to give away their electrons because they are stable. So it's very difficult to remove. ना के बराबर ही है, ठीक है. Still, they have given a value to you all how much energy. So you all can see across the period, ionization enthalpy is increasing. But down the group, ionization enthalpy is decreasing. Why? Anyone can come up with the answer. Try to think. Just a minute. Yes. Okay. See, students, they have written over here. All right. Fine. See, if I just quickly read what is written over here. It is seen from table 7.3 that moving down the group, moving down the group, the ionization enthalpy decreases. Okay, you all can mark this much and keep. You all can mark this and keep. This is because electron is to be removed from the larger valence shell. Students, what happens down the group? Down the group, effective nuclear charge decrease होता है ना. अगर effective nuclear charge decrease हो रहा है, तो nucleus का pull on outermost electron is less. If nucleus का pull is less, it is easy to remove electrons. देखो, इलेक्ट्रॉन रिमूव करने में ज्यादा एनर्जी क्यों लगता है? अगर न्यूक्लियस ने इलेक्ट्रॉन को खींच के रखा है ना, तो इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालना और डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. लेकिन अगर न्यूक्लियस का पुल ही नहीं है ज्यादा उस इलेक्ट्रॉन पे, तो वो इलेक्ट्रॉन तो तुम लोग आराम से निकाल सकते हो, है ना. डाउन द ग्रुप, shells are increasing, valence electron is going more and more far away from the nucleus, shielding effect is increasing. So in short, what is happening down the group? Effective nuclear charge is decreasing. Effective nuclear charge decrease हो रहा है, मतलब nucleus का pull on outermost electron is less. If the pull is less, removing that outermost electron is easy. That is the reason down the group ionization enthalpy is decreasing. Because इलेक्ट्रॉन निकालना ज्यादा इजी हो रहा है डाउन द ग्रुप, ज्यादा मेहनत नहीं लग रहा है, इसीलिए वैल्यू कम होते जा रहा है. समझ में आ रहा है? ठीक है. See, it is written over here. This is because electron is to be removed from the larger valence shell. Screening due to core electron goes on increasing. The shielding effect or the screening effect is increasing down the group, and the effective nuclear charge decreases down the group. So the removal of outer electron, I can mark this last point also, the removal of outer electron therefore becomes more easier. Okay, fine. I hope you all understood this, why your ionization enthalpy decreases down the group. Okay, fine. Okay, students, just a minute.